Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hellcase Hell Cup 8. Of course, we are into our second best of 3 of the day. And we have Gambit Youngsters already winning their first map in the series against Team Excellency. Now we move on into Inferno as opposed to Overpass. Of course, my name is Yumi. I'm joined by Dinko. And unsurprising stuff, kind of the result we expected to see from Gambit Youngsters, but a bit of a rocky start.
Yeah, I mean, they went 6-1 down, right? And then they had the clock back in. And Gambit, they definitely looked good for the majority of the game, but there were times when you're kind of wondering what they're doing. So they can't really afford to have that kind of a few mistakes come in here on Inferno. I think this is going to be one where they're certainly going to be tested a little bit more. But we get right into the pistol round. It's going to be Team Excellency here on the T side. Over on the CT side, Gambit Youngsters will start their fight. And getting that CT side starting Inferno, that could be a big change for Team Excellency here. They might have a bit of an issue going up against this defense.
Yep, a good amount of utility for Excellency. Nafany has a kit for the CT side, a couple of flashes as well. By and large, just going to rely on taking these fights and using the numbers advantage where they can. Excellency still have to make a bit of presence towards either side of the map. So no real expectations as of yet, but Gambit Youngsters are heavily cheating towards this B site. They've got 4 players in position. They're leaving Shiro by himself.
Yeah, it's just one player over here at the SA bomb site. Could be a bit of an issue for the Gambit Youngsters if they decide to run in this way here over on Team Excellency. We shall see if that is the case as they move forward. It's the bomb position towards B at the moment, and that could be a huge issue. Do Gambit Youngsters bite on this little fake over in the A bomb side? Do they rotate players off? Nothing yet. Shiro hasn't called that he's seen anybody, and they're not falling for this. They're not coming off at all. Instead, the split is coming through CT, but Gambit Youngsters, this is the perfect setup for this. This is the absolute perfect setup you could have ever laid out. So this is looking good for the CT side. Nafany's going to spot one, running quickly down towards Speedway, and actually 3 players coming out now at this point. Going to be active with 1, taking down FASHR. They're just set up as holy good. So here, every single kill just coming in. It's NK with a double, and Supra with a headshot coming back in. It's a 2v3, and Gambit Youngsters just find every single kill.
What a read from Gambit Youngsters. You have to have thought that there's some sort of demo review. They've played Inferno, I think, once on an HLTV game from Excellency, but that is a hard read as to what's going on. They didn't budge an inch. They threw 2 smokes over towards Library and Moto, respectively, and nobody on Gambit Youngsters batted an eye. They were concerned about the CT wrap towards B, but outside of that, not cheating the rotations right back. They had that perfect setup, like you said, for that entire pistol round, and that is definitely the start that Excellency weren't looking for. I mean, not something that you expect to see such a heavy stack so early on.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's just the perfect read coming in. Well, Nafany certainly going to be trying to find some action in towards Banana early on as his Glocks start to chip away and run forward, trying to run down the position. Nafany's going to be under a tad of pressure at this point, but only 1 player actually positioned further up in towards A, and that's in towards the B bomb side. That's FASHR in the corner. The rest just kind of sitting back in Banana, still idly by, seeing what they can find as they search over the top of the site itself. Now 3 players currently positioned on this A bomb site. This looks good for Gambit, as they are turning their attentions back over here on that T side. Yeah, it goes in, does a lot of damage, and now this MP9, this is the weapon that's salvating, wanting these kills, wanting the cash to come in. 54 seconds left. Team Excellency are going to run straight up short, and that's where Shiro tosses the Molotov, looks for the lineup. He'll only manage 1, but it's Axel and interz chiming together for the rest of the kills. The Molotov from the Graves, Shiro will find a kill, and there we go. 2-0 for Gambit. They pick up the first 2 rounds. Only 2 kills being sprinkled in this round for Team Excellency. They'll be happy enough with that. Another buy coming in. It's going to be the AK-47s across the board.
Yeah, given how prepared they were for the pistol, I worry for the rifle rounds. Maybe Gambit have a good read into how Excellency are going to play it out. We expect to see sort of the standard from Excellency. So top mid control, go for some banana pressure as well. Try and push Gambit Youngsters back. Of course, with them being on a bonus round, good look to see them getting a bit aggressive. And while Axel will try, let's get flashed off initially. Shiro even fancying a peek himself. No punishment on either side. And now Excellency is looking to establish a bit of map control. The deep smoke down Banana, though, and Gambit Youngsters are waiting around at the top side of it, seeing if they can find an opening pick. That AWP or Shiro repositioning on that A-bomb site. Excellency not really finding any of these duels to start things off. Some good damage done by utility. FASHR up to 53. Now they will take control of brackets. Gambit do have 4 players in relative proximity. They've left Supra to anchor this B-bomb site, holding from the top of Banana. He has a lot of information for them to play off of, and Excellency are going back to at least honor that possibility. Make sure that they can't overcommit towards one of these sites too early.
Supra's can have a couple of bullets coming towards him, but no damage being dealt, so he'll just sit back. Throws the smoke down in front of the face of the players who start to run in towards him. He's going to be under pressure, caught in between first Origin. Supra not getting a single kill, and now Shiro missing a shot that he usually would connect, and now going back further into the ruins. Checks the right angle, but relaxes there with a headshot, looking for a follow-up, but nafany will kill him through it. Now it's going to be a 4v3. Shiro had 2 opportunities. You don't really see him often miss those. FASHR will find a headshot, nafany gone. And now that has to be the save call from the Gambit Youngsters. That could have certainly went their way, but Excellency just win the duels.
Yeah, Shiro got there so much earlier than Excellency were expecting. They got the anchor B player, and like you said, a shot that we'd expect Shiro to hit, even if it does seem a bit outlandish for some. He is an outlandish kind of player. Well, a good read on how Gambit Youngsters were going to be positioning as well. A bit of presence towards A. They cheat a rotation over, and they go towards B instead. So far, a lot more respect to Excellency than I think I was expecting Gambit Youngsters to come into this with, given how well they bounced back on that first map. But I suppose that can also be a testament as to why, given that they were in a poor position to start. They had to sort of knuckle down and bring their best foot forward in a couple of rounds to get that comeback underway. They don't want to end up in that same hole. They don't want to underestimate Excellency as of yet. Well, of course, another full buy comes out for the T side. Gambit Youngsters have mustered together something of their own as well. A lot of FAMASs in the mix, though.
Yeah, I think the economy of Gambit's just in one of those weird positions where you don't have too little cash, so you feel like you almost have to force buy, but you don't have enough to get a full buy. So you're kind of left in a weird scenario where you kind of need the utility. You got to go for the weaker rifle in the form of the FAMAS. Well, now they got to see what they can do with it. It's just over a minute left in the clock. Team Excellency going to send 2 players in towards Banana, while 3 players currently positioned outside of A, and the bomb over that side of the map signals they want to go here.
Not quite pulling the trigger as of yet, but they are grouping up, rendezvousing outside this A site. Bracket's still firmly in their control, and when there's information lapses like this, quite often the CT side will look for a bit of a pop flash play, try and get some information as to what Excellency are up to, but now the nades will fly on through. They understand that it's a full execute towards this A side, and they're wrapping through the arches. They've got 3 players in position around the other side of the site, and they're hoping to crunch and split this A-bomb site wide open.
Well, Shiro back in the graveyard. Can he do anything from the spot? They haven't checked him just yet. Holmes goes up. He'll take his teammate down, but not Shiro. If it goes on the lineup, he'll only manage one somehow, not getting that second kill. He has done so much damage. nafany going to pick off Relax, and now we're into a 2v2. The site taken by the T side as the time begins to tick, and they sink themselves deep in with their post plants on this B-bomb site. The retake has to be successful. There's no kit. There's only 1 flashbang left, and they're going to charge forward. nafany with 1, but he's peaked by Dav, and it's the second round picked up for Team Excellency.
Effective trading in the 2 versus 2. The time was ticking low for Excellency. It was very difficult for them to be anywhere other than the site. Gambit Youngsters couldn't get things going in the retake. A very late execute. Something that could have come back to haunt them had we seen a bit more impact from the likes of, I think it was Shiro in towards Graveyard. If he has an M4 in that position, we call back to the fact that they had a bit of a scrappier buy. I don't expect that he misses both those frags. The FAMAS a bit more sort of untailored, untested. less people are as familiar with that spray compared to the M4, and so let's have some impact. Excellency, good control to start things off over towards B. And it's just pistols for Gambit Youngsters. It should be an easy enough round. Holmes eliminating the first around the edge of the coffin, and well, Axel's alone on the site. No reinforcements coming his way, no utility. And while this is an open B bomb site for Team Excellency to get the bomb planted. Best case scenario, we look at one gun maybe going their way. I don't expect Excellency are going to hunt aggressively for these, given that they're trying to get their economy in a good spot.
There's literally nothing of value here for Gambit Youngsters to tip over, so yeah, this is looking pretty bleak, I have to say, from Gambit. Start. They look good in the pistol, but when these guns have come out, they've had a couple of close rounds, yeah, of course, into the 1v1s, but Gambit have kind of struggled to get involved. Other than that, it's going to be relaxed, getting a double in this round. Nice little cleanup towards the end, and we go into the next 3-2. Team Excellency in the lead by 1. Again, Gambit are kind of in that weird position. I just want to see a half buy here. I do not want to see the full purchase, but they're going to go for it anyway.
Yep.
I don't like it. I really don't like this decision, mainly because what has been happening is, it was also on Overpass, is when they don't have these guns, they don't have the utility in their hands, that's when Team Excellency can actually win rounds, right?
Yep.
But as soon as Gambit get the guns in their hands, as soon as they get the utility, they just look so much better than them. And they're giving them, Team Excellency, so many chances to win rounds now. They completely suffer themselves. They've got themselves 2 for mass. There's no ult here for Shiro. They haven't got that in his hands. He barely has any utility. This is, well, obviously a risky decision in terms of the economy. Now they go into this round probably with a lower percentage of winning it. And also, when they come out of here, if they lose this round, they're going to be back to the eco again. And that's where Team Excellency start to build some momentum on this T side. So Gambit, I want to see them make some better decisions here when it comes to their economy, because I personally would have preferred a little half bar here going into the next.
Yeah, maybe with how Shiro's been playing on the AWP, we've been a bit critical of him in the series thus far. Maybe they don't feel like they need to save for that as much, and he's favoring the rifle instead. And actually, they're getting so aggressive with this full buy. They're pushing all the way down mid to second mid as well, and they're applying a lot of pressure to the default of Excellency, the smoke deep. And they can potentially flank out these players moving up through second middle, but there's nobody on Excellency that's really giving them a peek. They're allowing them to operate in this position and waiting out these smokes. Inter's, in fact, falling to relax. So for all that aggression, for all that information, that deterrent that is implemented in the round, they don't actually come away with an advantage.
Yeah, they kind of feel like, okay, we got low economy, we don't really have too much utility. Let's just try and go with some aggression, try and take some map control early. Maybe find an advantage. But all they've done is actually given away the advantage, and that risk hasn't paid off. Now we'll see. 2 players rotating over towards B at the right time. Now this needs to be a big haul from Nafany. If he goes down without a single kill when it's over and gets one, it's going to be Axel. He gets that. Nafany goes down without a single kill. And well, NK, what is that? The lineup of 2, Axel and Shiro, both picked up in the transfer. And that's exactly what we're talking about, Yumi. We just see Gambit Youngsters kind of fall by the wayside. Nothing really done here. And we move into the next round with Excellency up 4-2. Money in the bin again from Gambit. They could have been heading into this next round with the AWP, all the utility they want, all the rifles, but instead they kind of left here with nothing.
And it came into this with me sort of praising that, you know, they've maybe done a bit of homework, done a bit of research into how Excellency like to play. Outside of the pistol, we haven't really seen too much over-preparation. And I'll say some lackluster decision-making. Good nade, and good set of nades to at least take one more player out of the equation for Excellency, but still getting the round win, having a decent amount of money in the bank as well in terms of reserves. Go back to what you were saying earlier. They have to eco in this round anyway, so what could have been deterred that previous round and bought them a full-fledged gun round with AWPs, the right rifles, full utility, could have been this round. And instead, they're going to have to half buy around the FAMAS instead. Some signs of weakness that Excellency are more than happy to exploit. Hopefully, we'll see that punishment continue, because if there's anything I enjoy more, it's a decision I don't agree with getting punished.
Oh yeah, to know that you were right is always good. But the other issue is, you know, I can definitely see the reasoning behind going
yeah,
for
of
it.
course.
but it doesn't really work out. And I think that was obviously all most likely going to happen. And you've got to apply the percentages if you want to be able to win Counter-Strike games convincingly. And while FASHR is going to shut down Supra, this is a nice little turnaround. They have got 3 kills out of nowhere, and we're into a 2v2. No one on the B-bomb side, though, from the CT side. So I'd actually like to just save these 2 AKs. Yeah, you have a chance to potentially get back into the site here, but you're so far away. You have no kit, no real utility to force them out of their position. So they're going to go for the decision to save the AKs into the next one. I certainly think that's actually brilliant. Now that's actually recovered some of the economic damage that was done earlier, and they can build a little bit on the CT side, because they're definitely going to be needing that money. Because you take a look at what Team Excellency have, they have so much in the bank. So they can afford to go for this back and forth if you consistently lose players and you're into the 1v1s, which is actually something that was happening quite consistently on Overpass. But Excellency can afford that battle now, whereas Gambit Youngsters, they don't really have the money to go into a long-term war. So they've got to try and recover this quickly, and saving these 2 AKs will certainly help out with that, along with the loss bonus, of course.
Yeah, a good decision to save these AKs, for sure. The reinvestment will come through. They get the AWP in Shiro's hands. Those AKs saved over. They get the full buy. Some utility should accompany it as well, on players like nafany, interz as well. So they have the delay. They have the response as well. If an execute comes through, they should have Molotovs in place.
Yep.
This is a much better and a stronger buy for them on the CT side.
Finally.
Yeah. And you wonder as well, because Excellency have kind of seen how weird the buys have been. Do they play a little bit faster? Try and make sure that that utility doesn't have the chance to be deployed instead of it being a reliance point. You do see teams go for these sort of exploding plays to kind of catch teams out, especially when they've been waiting to get a full-fledged buy like this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what way Excellency approach this game around. Do they change it up knowing that Gambit are going to come into this finally with something different? Or do they continue the system that's been working? Because you never really know. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But you certainly can improve upon it. And we'll see what Gambit have. It's going to be the all in the hands of Shiro. The utility finally in play. And we'll Axel with the AK-47 as well in his hands. That's going to be a deadly player to keep an eye on. And while utility raining on in towards Banana, they've got control of it. Excellency were actually conceding Banana early on. They weren't fighting it. So Gambit have actually, they've been given that early on.
Yep.
And Team Excellency wanted that utility to rain on through, because now they can take Banana without the utility, but they haven't really accounted for Shiro being here.
He's been playing towards the A site a number of times with that AWP, but just showing his face over towards Banana does net them an opening frag. Excellency still yet to take control of that position. Don't really have too much control around the map. They've gotten a bit of presence towards the apartments, which they've spotted nobody on the youngster side. But these two players, this bait and switch setup, they've even got Shiro in through spawn, just so that he can potentially set up for Supra to get aggressive. The timing on this has to be absolutely perfect. He turns from the flag. It is absolutely that. The lineup and the spray down from Supra. It is perfectly played between the two over at B. Gambit Youngsters, a shutdown round.
That is exactly what I want to see from Gambit Youngsters. They get that one pick, the immediate utility usage coming in towards Banana, locking down that area. The T side then run through, and who's waiting on them? It's Shiro. Just one pick comes in, perfect. They win Banana control. They've got that. They have Supra just hiding behind the half wall. Utility comes in, and he displays his great abilities. 4 kills picked up. Now it's the 3rd round here for Gambit Youngsters. And now because they won that so convincingly, they now are in a position where they can grab control of this economy. They can grab the horns and really get this into a nice position. Because you take a look at what Team Excellency have, it's certainly a good buy coming into it. We knew that was going to be happening. And even so, a couple more players still have reserve cash, but you're finally starting to chip a few players down to low HP, low economy. Well, this is the Hellcase Cup. So you can head over to Hellcase and use the code SLTV15 for a 15% refill bonus. There's also a little case over there that you can purchase. And it's the Hellcase Cup, Pro Case, I think it's called. And you can go over there and open it up. And you can contribute to this dynamic prize pool that we see here.
Good stuff. Gambit Youngsters, a big turnaround moment potentially. For confidence and momentum, they're going to be a fast play over towards B. The flash setup here from the Gambit Youngsters. This time they're not quite so prepared. FASHR in with a couple of kills, trying to contemplate and actually capitalize on that, but Shiro's answered with 2 of his own as well. Holmes trying to make up ground, but they just keep trickling in, and Shiro's hitting shot after shot, something that they haven't had to deal with as of yet. But this is what we talk about, the explosive nature and just the consistency this man can have. And Dav, he's sitting in a smoke. Shiro knows that he's in the site, but there's nobody to accompany that player.
Well, NK gives away his position. Now Shiro knows there's just one player stuck inside the bomb site, and it's Dav with the bomb alone. He's going to be peaked. Shiro takes him down. That's a 4K, and now it's only NK remaining into the 1 versus 2. They have awoken the beast in the form of Shiro, and he has delivered hell upon them with 4 kills so far. It's NK looking for his way into the round 1v2. The nade is going to go towards Shiro's position, and it's not going to do anything. Shiro behind the coffins, looking for his ace, looking for all 5 kills. And he's got the angle. It's not NK coming his way, but it's Axel. They'll steal the round away from him, but Shiro still want to play. Finally, he is showing up.
Yeah, Shiro hinged, was a crucial part of how Supra got a 4K in the previous round, and he gets himself the exact same. You know, he gives a little, he gets a little. And I mean, that's the Shiro that we expect to see more frequently in this series, and one that has been lacking thus far. Not quite. Is that how that works? Surely Team Aces would be every single round then.
Team Aces, yeah. Well, you know, it's all equal here. 4 and 4, you know. Kills across the board. And well, it's going to be Shiro peeking down in towards middle. Looking for a little headshot to come on through, but it's not going to be happening. And I like that Shiro's being dynamic, right? He's not just stuck on that B-bomb site. He's not can be predictable. He's everywhere. And that is an issue for Team Excellency if they struggle to get a read on where he's going to be every time.
Yeah, maybe you throw 1 less flash and an execute. I think you don't have to deal with the ult. Well, for now, they've smoked him off. He's a player that is heating up. Not something that we're really overhyping. He can take control of a game. Well, Excellency still getting a lot of control early on. Not met any sort of presence from the CT side. Nobody forward facing this time round. This is a crucial round to win because Excellency have run their economy dry.
Oh, another kill from Shiro. Just keep adding them to the tally. 9 and 5 right now, looking for more. Oh, there we go. Just burns one away. That's Dav walking into the Molotov. Shiro's getting kills without having to do anything. Just sitting back in behind the smoke, and that's 2 kills picked up already into the round. And, well, Team Excellency, what they have left is not brilliant. They haven't got any utility to try and work their way into the side. They've just got to hope for mistakes from Gambit Youngsters, and they're not going to be happening. Shiro with a 3rd kill into the round, looking for the 4K, but they're going to cross on over. Home to the Mac 10. He will fall eventually, and interz is ready for the last remaining player, but it's Shiro. Back-to-back 4Ks. Brilliant performance out of him in these last few rounds now. And it's going to be 5-5 as Gambit Youngsters even up the scoreline. And the most important part here is they've finally broken that economy of Team Excellency. They've chipped away enough that they're down to the eco.
Yep, you couldn't have said it any better in that previous round. They've awoken the beast. We'll see if they can find something to put him back to sleep. And it's probably not going to be this round. A few pistols invested. Singular nade, it seems, as well. But no real utility to let these pistols get up close and personal. Just hoping for a bit more chip damage to the economy of Gambit Youngsters. Again, I feel like I say it every time this circumstance comes up, but best case scenario, get a couple of guns in their hands. And I don't think Gambit Youngsters are going to give them too many opportunities playing far back into these sites. Shiro does take a bit of tag damage over towards the arches. He is fairly isolated in this duel, so should he fall, that opens up an opportunity to wrap the B-bomb site as well. But Excellency now instead grouping themselves up for an explosion towards B.
Yeah, it's going to be Nafany and Supra who are being tasked with this hold. And while they've got a decent setup for this, Molotov's going to go in. Nafany up in the elevated position. He will get himself 2. Supra from the back of the bomb site manages 1. And he gets good steps to the P250, rattling in towards him. The flashbang is good from Shiro, again bailing his teammate out of this position. And it's going to be FASHR last alive. They walk into the open, looking for the kill, but it's Axel They'll take it down. A 6th round picked up here for the Gambit Youngsters. Only one player falling. That's a 1 for 2 from nafany, so he's not going to be too disappointed in that. And you can head over to Unicorn, as these odds are certainly not looking great for the Excellency side. So, you know what you can do? Head over to Unicorn, and Yumi will tell you the rest.
Yeah, of course. If you sign up, you can get a free bet every day with the StarLadder Hellcase Cup. You get $80 to play with if you just deposit 20. And, well, if you want to say play a pug, you just happen to be playing a pug anyway, you can actually bet on yourself using the Unicorn U mode. And, well, incentivize yourself. You know, maybe give yourself that extra 5% boost that you need to win. Or maybe you lose, and it's met with sadness. But
would you ever bet on yourself, Yumi?
I don't have that much faith in myself on a Counter-Strike level, so no.
Well, if you have a little more confidence than Yumi in your own ability, head over to Unicorn and place those bets as we get back into the action. It's going to be round 12 coming through. Gambit Youngsters looking to steamroll ahead, but Team Excellency, they scrap together a good buy again. It's time to show up. Otherwise, I feel like Gambit Youngsters are going to end this half very, very comfortably.
Yeah, we could see a repeat of Overpass where they get off to a slow start, just awaken into a different element. Need a couple of rounds on Excellency for any vote of confidence moving into the half. 0 opportunity over towards the apartments. Actually, legs up, relax, makes things easier for interz to get a kill, fall back, and now can play the site alongside his teammates. Okay.
Have you activated some sort of Siri or Google? Shut up. Shut up, Alexa. It's all turn to speak.
Just wanted to get involved. Doing so much shouting over here.
Yeah, maybe we can get her in on the cast maybe or something here. Axel gonna shut down NK. It's gonna be 5 versus 3. A 2-man advantage in play. The Gambit Youngsters, and that's the perfect start into round number 12. You know, this is a round that has so much riding on it for Team Excellency, and it has started to crumble, and it just continues to do so. Even if nafany falls here, Supra's there to back him up, but it doesn't really matter. nafany gonna get a double, and now Supra in behind the sandbags. Could he go for it? I would love a little knife kill here, but HOLMES is not really looking this way. He's not coming around the corner, so Supra gets bored, and eventually will take his headshot. 7-5. What a round coming in from Gambit Youngsters.
Yeah, they're playing a much sounder game, just individually as well, getting 2 kills or 3 kills from the same position so many times in these past few rounds. Excellency, if they're not able to trade effectively, Gambit Youngsters are just going to run a mile with the position and space they're being given. And well, that money that was so good to start off this entire first or secondary map, still running a bit thin. Can't really afford up a full buy into this one. Well, such an even spread really on Gambit Youngsters, but Shiro got 8 kills in 2 rounds, so he's had to compensate for lagging behind a little bit. Well, Excellency are actually going for the half buy into this. Of course, they can't afford a gun round the follow-up. Just hoping for some sort of a surprise victory. They've got the utility to back this up as well, and I quite often like to see when people invest into these pistols, you maybe get a couple of flashbangs, one set of utility, just to make these pistols a little bit more effective, and so maybe that does come into fruition, but Shiro just hits flick after flick.
He's just going to hit shot after shot, and they just keep coming through, and now Axel playing the edge of the smoke, just sprays away and catches relax at the bottom of the stairs. And now Team Excellency look to assume control of the apartments, but the issue is they currently are 2 players down and already have an disadvantage going into this round based on the weapons that they've got. So you are looking at the Gambit Youngsters likely taking an 8th round and confirming themselves the win of the half. But with the way they've been playing, it's pretty likely we'll see them get a little more than those 8 rounds. You know?
Oh my goodness, Shiro is just... doesn't seem to have much contest. A lot of pressure coming his way, a lot of pistols, but he's just getting the tiniest pixel to hit them with, and he's still nailing the shots.
Third 4K. That is nuts. He's just having a great time right now. That's his 3rd 4K, I think, Yumi, in this game.
Yeah,
on Inferno.
Isolate 3 rounds, and he is still top fragging for Gambit Youngsters.
That's nuts. That is really, really crazy stuff. And while 16 on 5, he was quiet on the first map, completely non-existent. Even coming into the start of this one, he was pretty quiet as well, I have to say.
Yeah.
And now he is showing up. He is starting to look very, very solid in these last few rounds. And well, that's kind of scary for Excellency. He was getting shut down right now.
Yeah, there's no response. Nobody's living up to the challenge, it seems. Maybe something that they hadn't prepared for. They're just hoping that they can keep Shiro contained. Well, he's looking for a bit more in towards the apartments. He's solo. Axel has the other exit towards the safe site. Not much progress can be made by Excellency. A small head peek given, but NK finally puts an end to the madness. A good opening first kill, a high impact one at that, as Shiro's unable to get even one for his troubles. An advantage that has been fleeting for Excellency. And, well, I guess continues to be so because Axel finds a trade.
Well, moving forward, it's going to be the lineup spray. Interz and nafany taking himself 3 kills, and it's all on to FASHR. Looking to see if he can bash a few heads into this round. It's not going to be easy for him. Stuck in his position. Pistols coming through his smokes, and Interz shuts him down. That's just brilliant stuff coming in from Gambit Youngsters again. When it's not Shiro standing tall, when he gets eliminated early, well, Interz can show up and get a 3K, and he was the quietest performer so far. So that's just pretty nuts. It's been a pretty good performance coming in from Gambit Youngsters here. I think everything is kind of aligning. And I think my previous statement in the first day of this group was that Gambit Youngsters definitely look like the best team within the group, and I think that's certainly the case. They do look like the best team in this group at the moment, and by quite a substantial margin, I think.
And it seems like from map to map, we've seen the same thing happen, right? Slow start from Gambit Youngsters. They have a few high impact rounds, and they just find a second win. Just get so much more motivated, a bit more confident.
When they get the guns in their hands, man, that's the biggest issue. They struggled with that economy early on. They didn't really have to because they got the good start in the pistol, but they lost control. Lost a few rounds, but then they went on this sort of like force spying streak, and they're confident in their own ability, which is why they go for the force spies. But in the end, they've got to realize, we're much better when we get the rifles in play. So why not just close this as quickly as possible? Why not get those guns in our hands as often as possible? Why not have the ops for Shiro when he can do stuff like this? It's just nuts. So I feel like Gambit definitely could have been even more dominant in their 2 wins now. I've got to say, Wix, I am very confident in taking Inferno.
So many rounds to play. Above the smoke, Interz, Axel, they find a couple of kills. They have this crossfire set up, and Interz finds another. nafany on the rotation is there. And double digits secured by Gambit Youngsters. Again, a good start from Excellency, but a much better recovery from Gambit as they look to... they've secured the half. Now look to hopefully close out the rest of the T side. I share that same confidence. I think Inferno is looking very, very good.
Yes, and that is definitely going to be the case, I think, in the next half. If everybody's showing up, it's a team effort across the board, as indicated by the scoreline and the scoreboard here. Shiro 16-6 had a lot of high-impact rounds, multi-kills coming across the board, but, the Axel, Interz, 11 kills, 12 kills, and nafany, Supra here on 10 as well. It's been a brilliant performance from the entire team. I feel like Team Excellency have just been pretty quiet. A lot of the T side rounds towards the end there just felt like they were banging their head off against the wall. They can't just meat being tossed to the animals, and the animal mostly was Shiro. And it's going to be 10-5. We're going to be looking forward to the next rounds here. It's going to be the pistol. It's an important time. Gambit picked up the first half pistol. We'll see if Team Excellency can do the same in this one. Let's see if they can scrap it together.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any tricks in the bag. Any outstanding setups for Excellency, or where it's more bog standard. Actually getting gunned down on the cross. NK can't quite make it to Boiler alongside his teammate, and even Dav took heavy damage in crossing. Gambit Youngsters have already practically killed 2 people. Still holding for any sort of a peek from the CT side in response. They know that being a man down in this situation doesn't feel good. You're more strained towards either side. No fast rotations available.
Well, Gambit Youngsters starts to send their players sprinting through Banana. It's going to be FASHR trying to hold on as the utility is about to be domed on in. And this ain't going to be easy to try and hold on. As Gambit Youngsters coming this way with multiple players. FASHR looking for the initial kill, but he's not finding anything. And instead of sticking around and trying to take those fights and potentially losing his life, he makes the decision to come back and play with his teammate. Well, now Axel, his time to shine as he goes to the apartment, spots one player in towards the pit. And Team Excellency have to realize maybe this is a fake. And so Holmes, he's going to back off. He's worried about the CT wrap. And while now the push from Axel's coming in, he's staying alive for so long. But this B defense, they pull the rotation away of one player. And now the B attack coming in from Gambit Youngsters, running straight through in towards the B bomb site. Smoke up for CT. Another brilliant pistol so far from Gambit.
They've got the double nade set up, though, for the plant, and they're going to bombard nafany. He still gets the bomb planted, though. The timing is slightly off. That could have changed things, at least somewhat, made the positions less substantial for Gambit Youngsters here on the retake, but now Excellency approach. They hope to get things going. The smoke in towards Banana, they cut off one of the angles, but they're all primarily on the side. Axel's the only one rotating in, and they're gunning them in as they approach from CT. Shiro pushing further forward. Holmes able to deal with him. Interz still on the site, undealt with, and he's gonna play ring around the rosy. Axel instead eliminates the pressure from FASHR, and it's another pistol round win for Gambit Youngsters on the second map.
Yeah, 11-5, losing both pistols now here at Team Excellency. This is not looking great for them on their map pick as well. The odds certainly agreeing with us, thinking that Inferno is not going to go in the way of Team Excellency. A 17-1 basically at this point. And well, not looking great.
Yeah. It seems like they just get into a different strategic mind on these pistols. They played a bait and switch game on their CT pistol, their T pistol as well. It's really in the head of Excellency when it comes to those crucial rounds. Well, they've bought into this. They recognize they need some kind of a miracle. Force by win is a stepping stone. They've got a lot of smokes as well to buy time on the Excellency side, and nobody's baited anything out on Gambit Youngsters. Still holding on to that utility. Excellency just waiting until they probe into these sites initially. See if they can grind more time off the clock, and Gambit Youngsters aren't even concerned about getting this bomb towards any of these sites as of yet. The bomb's still down towards T steps.
Well, 46 seconds in play. Axel just hiding behind the wall. Back 10 in his hands. As they start to gather outside of the A bomb site, two players positioned over here for the CT side. One in towards short, one in inside of the apartments itself as the shots continue to rattle through towards B. Axel just trying to keep them there, trying to keep them at bay, and it's certainly the right call because three players have stayed over here for the CT side. And now Gambit Youngsters run right in towards this A bomb site. There's only a few seconds left in play though, and Rilax is going to line them up. 2 kills on the Deagle. Dav is still inside of the site. There's one shot into the apartment, but he finally overrun, and there's just enough time to get the bomb planted. Axel cutting them off. A second kill somehow towards the library, and Axel cleans them up. 3 kills. As it's 12 rounds now on the board for the Gambit Youngsters. That definitely could have been a little scary towards the end there, but they do recover and get the round win, and that's all that matters as we now move into this next round, Yumi. And the money again is just looking grim here for Team Excellency. We're likely looking at 13.
Yeah, that's I'm not one to bite my nails, but that is a nail-biting round from Gambit, given that they have all the advantage coming into that. They even bait the rotation away towards that B-bomb site. They had Excellency guessing, and still it comes so close. Like you said, we're likely looking at a 13th round for Gambit Youngsters. Gonna play with that same patience over towards the A and B bomb site respectively, even going for the bombardment top Banana should they have been setting up for some sort of a flash play. But they've got a pillar set up. They've got a totem pole on this B bomb site. It's typically only a couple of players in a row, but because they've got that added elevation, they can pull off the full totem pole. This is
This could be fun to see if this works out.
Tower of Death.
For which side though? That is the question. Gambit Youngsters wanting to just clean it up. It's Shiro, the front man towards B at the moment. But look at this flying coming through CT now. This is where I think it could get pretty scary if you're this tower. Nafany walking through spawn, starting to clear all the angles. Shiro knows that it's not the Astralis pyramid stack, but instead this hall of death. And well, it's going to be Dav with one. A second coming as well as NK cleans them up, but the rest fall. And it's going to be Relaxed left into a 1v2. But look at that damage that boost delivers. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, so many trades. Just getting caught out by the fact that there's so many players. And well, nafany does find the final kill. So another one around by Gambit Youngsters, but not one that was not without its caveats. That tower, good effectiveness. I've learned something. I wanna get into a game and try that.
That is cool.
I think I can coordinate that many people to do that though.
No, I don't think you will. I think you got to do it a 5-man, or maybe some matchmaking. But that's if you want to just pull your hair out, right? You gotta. It's one of those 1 in 100 time you get a team that are pretty good and they actually listen. Maybe you can make that happen, but you know it's pretty unlikely. Although 13-5, we are now 3 away from victory here for the Gambit Youngsters in the series, not just the map. And well, let's see if they can pull it off. It's Team Excellency here with the bye. I think pretty much everything rides on this. If they have 0 success in this round, we're starting to look at a pretty scary scenario.
Yeah, very much a do or die. Can't let Gambit Youngsters get to 15. It only takes 1 mistake. Well, they're pushing towards the A side. Rilax around the smoke. That's the bomb dropped at his feet. He lines 2 up, switches to the AK, and there's no real trade potential on Gambit Youngsters. The rest of the team were so far behind. And moving out with the bomb as the first 2 players, that is a blunder that could come back to bite them in the round. Still a lot of time left on the clock. They can explore opportunities, but given that the bomb is down, Excellency have rotated heavily. There's 4 players just waiting for them to strike.
Well, Dav looking up into the apartments. 1 player around the corner. It's Axel. Looking for his way in. The Molotov's going to clear that balcony position away, and Dav looking for the shot. Now he's under pressure. Stuck on default, goes back to the right side. The shot does ring off, but it's not a kill. Now the pressure truly is on with Shiro finding 1 kill. FASHR call. Molotov forces Dav into the site, but the kills continue to rain on in for the CT side. And now it's Shiro, a 1v3. And I don't think it'll be happening with 13 seconds and the ball not in his hands. So it's going to be the safe call. And, well, a 6th round on the board for Team Excellency. They managed to get it done. And also, with that totem pole, they managed to do so much damage that there's not a whole lot left here for Gambit Youngsters. So I would like to see an eco here. You know, a couple of pistols. Just have the hero like Ken Shiro. Hope that you can make something happen. Definitely, you have to go with that.
Are they going to do it, though?
Because, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. They've got the AK, and Shiro's just gonna have a bunch of reserve cash if they leave it. I mean, he can. Yeah, okay. They're gonna keep it.
I don't think any pro team would make that decision. It's just a dumb decision if you were to buy there. So yeah, good idea, and it works out for them. We'll see what they can do in this one. It's gonna be the AK and the 4 Glocks. So not really expecting too much from Gambit Youngsters. This should be a free pick out for the Excellency side, especially with taking down Shiro early on into the round.
Yeah, they're swapping hands with this AK. Hero losing his opening duel, of course, swapping out to a high HP player instead. Man to recover it was only 20, given the nade. Excellency, again, playing more towards this A-bomb site. They secure top banana with FASHR, who is low HP. It's not as if the pistol couldn't just take him out. They suddenly have a bit of control, but now he's placing towards the site. Over towards A is where they intend to go. Dav with the AWP gets the first, and that AK once again trades hands. Not a whole lot of hope. No utility, right, to cross into these sites. Nothing to make things difficult for Excellency. Just about using numbers and trying to do damage, which they may not get too many opportunities of. Excellency are playing it passive, playing it cool. There's not too many chances. Nafany dropped. Again, the AK trades places into other hands. And will he find more success? The answer is no. Nobody goes down on the Excellency side. They keep it clean, and they get a bit more money in reserve on the CT side, which is a big, big bonus, given that some of these rounds can get pretty tooth and nail. Yeah,
well, there's the Hellcase Cup. Well, you can go over to Hellcase and use the SLTV code for extra money in your account. You can use code SLTV15 for 50% refill bonus. You can also purchase a case that sponsors the tournament directly and adds money to the dynamic prize pool. So head over to Hellcase and do all that.
Well, Dav looking for a chance in through middle. No flashes, no utility thrown by Gambit Youngsters, but not going to see anything either. a very passive setup to start things out from Gambit. All just kind of sitting towards T steps, not really moving too forward. And Excellency have expended a lot of utility towards this deep banana position. That's now, I think, a third smoke thrown by them, or maybe one of them was deployed by Gambit to feign some presence. And so a lot of the utility expended on the CT side, and they have to push off the back of it. Holmes flashed up. Axel moving forward past the logs, and he hears the presence, but he can't land a shot to punish them as they retreat.
Well, Flash goes into the apartments. It's Relax flashing himself in. He doesn't see anything. Supra knows that there's been a piece of utility used into the apartments. Doesn't know if there's anybody close with it, though. But he can assume. And now, it's going to be Gambit Youngsters gathering up inside the middle. All 5 players leading over towards A right now. They're going to fake a little utility in towards Banana, but Dav is the player that you've got to hope can step up. He's managed one. That's Supra out of there. And now he's going to rotate over towards Long. And the push is coming through from Gambit towards this side. So the Opera kind of pinned back in the bomb site. He has got his teammate over in the pit to try and help him, but Dav needs the second shot, and he's got it. He's really stepping up now for the Team Excellency side. With 20 seconds left, finally he's overrun. The second kill coming in from Gambit, and they will take the A-bomb site just in the nick of time. A 3v3, Team Excellency having to think about this retake, whether or not it's worth it. They have got money in reserve. The rounds, they don't really have too much to play with. NK kind of, I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's really banking on that right corner.
Yeah.
But he must have heard something that made him think it was there or something, because there's no way you walk out of library just fully checking that.
Yeah, one of the tough decisions was because Excellency used so much utility towards Banana. They have no smokes, no flashes or molotovs to come back and retake the site as well. So a lot of circumstantial peaks, it seems, from Excellency to get that retake going, and well, they don't succeed. A 14th secured for Gambit Youngsters as they look to finish the series 2-0, and they're only a couple rounds away from doing just that. Of course, that reserve cash we talked about earlier does come into play. Holmes is a bit low, but the rest of the team will have full buys alongside it. It's an MP9 in Holmes' hands, but given how aggressively they were playing off Deep Banana, I expect that Excellency will try and get this SMG in a similar kind of position. If we see the same start from Gambit Youngsters, myriad of players towards T-steps again to start things off, and again conceding control of Deep Banana. Ooh, the boost. Shiro is so prepared for that.
Yeah, so ready. He takes himself that opening kill. That Molotov coming into Axel's position. Smoked off immediately and neutralized. And while the kills continue to come in for Gambit, they're going to have the advantage. Around the corner is Holmes, and he will fall as well. Oh, this is just falling apart for Team Excellency. This is looking like a Gambit win. They'll be heading to 15 if they pick this one up, and it has to be the Bulgarian. NK stepping up with one kill. He'll fall through the smoke. Axel gets rid of him after one. And now it's Relax, making the rotation back over towards this B bomb site. But he's got the AWP and the only chances of winning next round, so they have to save this. He's looking for an exit, but this round is done. He's going to walk right into Supra, who's ready for him, and it's 15-7. One away from victory in the series here, Gambit Youngsters, and the money is not good enough for a buy here for the Team Excellency side, so we're likely looking at the win here from the Gambit boys.
Yeah, that about secures it. We have to see something outlandish for an Excellency win, something different. Maybe we get to see an individual step up. We've seen a good bit of performances from players like NK, Dav as well.
Yep.
Especially on the CT side. Have to call on either them or somebody else to step up in the moment, just to stay afloat. Gambit Youngsters have so many opportunities.
Yeah, it's hard to see a world in which this even comes back. I think it's all about making the scoreline look respectable, right? As many rounds as you can get off a team like Gambit, and more you can learn, right? And I think Team Excellency, when you take a look at the rest of the group, this is the winner's matchup. This isn't do or die time by any means for Team Excellency. And we've seen them play so well against Sprout, they 2-0'd them, that I feel like they could beat everybody else in the group. I think Gambit was always going to be the difficult affair. And maybe they can go out in second, because Team Excellency, I bank them on beating Sprout again.
Yeah, given how difficult the previous game was for Sprout. Definitely understandable.
Yeah. So, yeah, Team Excellency still within a chance here at the Hellcase Cup, but I think Gambit certainly looked like the premier team within this group.
We'll see if Excellency have a few more surprises to give us in this matchup. Like you said, make the game and the scoreline a bit more respectable. That does take a lot of initial damage over towards mid. Does tag nafany down as well. Gambit Youngsters once again spreading out in a delayed manner. Take control of the map. Interz, okay, through
job
the
done.
smoke. Axel as well finds one, and okay. Yeah, the B bomb site is very much compromised, but the nades at least deter them from just capitalizing on that. Holmes throwing his utility down.
Mid push. Oh,
Ooh.
relaxed. Spots the legs. They're not aware at all. Now, he could find a couple of kills here. He's going to turn around, catch Shiro, but the tread's in from Axel. That's the A bomb site completely empty.
That hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Seems like the stars were aligning. Yeah, seems like the stars were aligning, and then all of a sudden one of those stars comes and smacks you in the face.
Or explodes, sucks everything in, and we're job done. And I think that's what Gambit have done here in the series. You know, they give a little bit of hope to the Team Excellency side of both maps. They get off to a good start, but now it really matters. Gambit show up in the late halves, and well, it's going to be a job done. The 16-7 win here in Inferno as well, as they will take the series 2-0.
Yep, a strong performance from Gambit Youngsters, especially on the recovery. They
Hellcase. Hellcase has over 35 unique CSGO cases with a huge variety of skins, over 93 million cases opened and 6 million registered users. You can upgrade your skins to the better one or win some of them in giveaways. We give out more than 70 skins per month for free on our social networks. Withdraw your skins or balance with popular payment systems. Be unique and make profit on Hellcase with this promo code. Start now.